Alright, I am back. Hopefully this time I don't get stopped. I was wanting to do this inside. I was wanting to have, I was wanting to do this video inside so you guys don't have to listen to the crickets and stuff outside. But I apparently, like, I sit on my ball because it helps me think, and then, with me talking, apparently it's keeping my dad up. And since he has to work in the morning, I don't want to keep him up. So I'm doing this video outside. You may be asking, well, why aren't you doing this in the morning? Well, here's the thing. The reason why I'm not doing this in the morning is because I've been kind of tired. Like, I've been feeling down in the mornings. I'm not sure why. Well, I've been feeling down in general. I have a therapist. I'm wanting to talk to the therapist about this. But I kind of forgot what I was talking about the last time. I wrote it down this time, so hopefully I can figure this out. But it's also due to bipolar. I don't know if any of you guys that are watching this have bipolar, but people who have bipolar probably struggle with emotions like I do, where they fight with you all the time. Yeah, I'm not gonna go into too much detail, but it's been really bugging me. It's been keeping me, going behind and all that. So I'm wanting to post videos as much as I can for you guys. I appreciate you guys having patience and all that. But this is why this video has not been made a long time ago. If you guys don't know what I'm going to be doing here, I'm going to be doing a prediction video on Fionna and Cake. Yes, Fionna and Cake. The new show that's actually coming out, it's now the 30th, so it's coming out tomorrow. I think it's the 30th. I don't even remember what day it is anymore. Actually, I think it is the 30th. But yeah, it's basically coming out tomorrow, and I still don't have a prediction video for you guys. But it might already be out in some countries. I'm not sure. I don't know how that works, but I know it's not out. At least where I'm at right now. So I'm gonna do some prediction videos for you guys. And what's nice about prediction videos is you can see what comes true, like what comes true, or what does not. That's what's so fun about them. I actually did some of this in school. We watched like some shorts of Pixar and all that in school. It was pretty fun. It doesn't mean you're always going to get it right, but it's really nice to, be able to predict that stuff, so, yeah. But anywho, guys, before I get any further, remember the drill. If you guys want to be notified for future videos, remember to hit that subscribe button and notify for, and hit that notification bell so you guys are notified for future videos. And we're almost at 300. We're so close. We're literally 12 subscribers away. 12. So if we can get to 300 subs, I will reward you guys with 2 videos. And I'll give you guys a hint, they're both related to my TV show. So, yeah. I'm not going to tell you guys which one. I have mentioned it in the past, but that was like months ago and all that. So, I want to keep it kind of a surprise if I can. I've already kind of spoiled, I think, a little bit of it. But they're really going to be, they're videos people are probably really going to like. So, yeah. But yeah, sorry guys for not posting this video a long time ago. I've been like I said, I've been going through some stuff, so yeah. But I'm here now, so. Alright, so we're going to talk about this. So, if you guys don't know what Fionna and Cake are, like what characters they are, well, they originate from Adventure Time. Yes, Adventure Time. They originate from Adventure Time, which by the way is a great show. I love the show. Despite some people probably criticizing it because it originally started out as a goofy show and it went more towards the serious side, I may make a video talking about my thoughts on that, maybe down the road, because a lot of people don't really talk about that, but I have heard people criticize that, because I can see people probably watching Adventure Time for the, funny, but then, like, realizing it becomes a serious show down the road, because it does. It becomes a very serious show. It's like a completely different show than the first season. I mean, all the characters still feel like themselves, but they kind of get rid of the goofiness that the original first season had. But yeah, basically my point is yeah, Fionna and Cake were originally from the original series. They had episodes occasionally where the characters were gender flopped. Basically, it's a story from the Ice King. The Ice King, the Ice Wizard and all that, from Adventure Time and all that, who is voiced by the legendary Tom Kenny himself, who still does an amazing job voicing him to to this day. He still voices them well today, and he also voices SpongeBob and a lot of other great characters. So he does a pretty good job. He does a lot of insane characters. Like, he even voiced well, I guess the mayor from Powerpuff Girls is more stupid than, and a baby than insane. But like, he voices the magician, Mojo the magician from Teen Titans. I'm not sure if he does it in the Teen Titans Go show, because personally I don't really like that show. I watched it and I can't stand it. I mean, I probably should watch some more recent seasons. I've seen some good episodes from that show, but a lot of them are just not very good. So I'm not sure. I haven't watched all of it because I'm not in the mood for it, but I don't know if he actually returns in the reboot or not. But I do know in the original show he is voiced by Tom Kenny, and he does play a couple roles, which is pretty cool. But yeah, he's known for being a crazy, character, but he does play, like SpongeBob, who is more, who relates probably with autism people like me and stuff, and all that. But the Ice King was one of the characters that was insane. He was a crazy guy who was obsessed with princesses and all that. That's why he created this show. This book, which was, which I gotta admit, for someone being crazy and all that, you gotta admit, him creating a book like this is pretty impressive. It's pretty impressive, for a guy who has no insanity. Which I'll be getting to that in a second. There will be spoilers for this video, by the way, for people who are continuing going on. I should have brought this up at the beginning of the video, but I was discussing, what I'm going to be doing in the video and all that, so, yeah, but there will be spoilers, so, and then the spoilers will be, about the Ice King himself. So if you guys have not seen Adventure Time, then you guys probably, or if you guys have seen Adventure Time and you guys know the origin of the Ice King and all that, then, that's fine. But I don't want you guys to be spoiled, because there's a lot of interesting history with him and all that, so I don't want you guys to be spoiled. So just letting you guys know, I'll be spoiling it in this video, so just a warning. But anywho, for people who are interested and don't care about spoilers, well, here we go. So yeah, I'm gonna talk about that. So yes, the Ice King is, known for being, insane, who is obsessed with princesses and all that. He created a gender-flopped, book and all that. Basically, he created because he's basically Simon. But the crown turned him into a psychotic, old man who's obsessed with, women and all that. So it's a pretty sad story, honestly. Once you watch the first season and you know how Finn and Jake pick on him all the time, you gotta feel bad for him, But at the same time, they didn't know that, he was the Ice King and all that. They didn't know, they didn't know he was Simon. They thought he was just a creepy old man, and all that. Because, that's how they knew him. They knew him as an evil guy who kidnaps princesses. But yeah, basically, though, he created this book and all that. And there's actually quite a few episodes with this in here and all that, where they focus on that. I personally, in my opinion, I don't really care. Honestly, I don't hate the gender-flopped episodes. I don't think they're anything special, honestly. Some people might find them, because, some people might find, some of this stuff, interesting, all that. Heck, some people might find, this stuff attractive, maybe some people might find male versions of our characters attractive, or even female characters. I mean, for example, look what they did to, Finn's, female counterpart, Fiona, her legs, they look really thick, which is very funny, because even the female characters in the show do not have, thick legs like she does. So it's kind of funny, honestly, that she has thick legs and all that, but the other characters don't. So I think they were really trying to make her attractive at looking, which is very interesting, but some people can be attracted to the female Finn. It doesn't bother me, I don't care. It's people have different opinions on stuff, That's why, we live in a culture where we have different, like my uncles are gay, they love each other, they're both men, they love each other, but they work as a good couple. It kind of depends on, your relationship. But yeah, I think that's what they were getting at. They were trying to make it, her kind of sexy looking. That's why they had the big thighs, which I think they look kind of weird, but at the same time, they look kind of cool. It's kind of cool that she kind of stands out compared to the other characters, even though it doesn't feel like it fits her very well with the art style, with the skinny arms and skinny legs. But I kind of like this. I kind of like that. To be fair, they do have art styles where they do give Finn muscles and stuff down the road. So I don't know. I just find that really interesting. But yeah, Finn, I mean, Adventure Time in general, usually the characters have very skinny arms and stuff, so yeah, seeing this is kind of interesting, but I don't know, but I do kind of like that. I think they were kind of making Finn, they were making Finn more buff, the buff version, because I think in the reboot, he's supposed to appear, which I'm going to talk about I'm going to talk about this incarnation here in a second, but I just wanted to bring up that, because yeah, they do reveal, I think he's going to be in the show somehow. I'm not sure how, but it looks like he's going to be buffed. I think he's going to be, like, strong and all that, so I think they're just trying to make the, character stand out a bit more, I don't know. I just find that interesting, that Fiona has, like, thick thighs and all that, and then, like, Finn has, like, muscular arms and stuff, so, yeah. But anywho, I want to go ahead and say that before I start this, I want to talk about the fact that Fionna and Cake are not the only things that Adventure Time kind of experimented with too. There's also a lot of episodes where they have different animations for some reason. I'm really not sure why. Like, there's like one episode where they're like completely CGI, and then there's like one episode where they have different art styles, and like Finn's like turns into I think a bird or something. I'm not really sure. I don't remember the episode. I can't really list it because I don't remember the name of them. But I do remember like there's an episode where this isn't an entire episode. It's just like a montage, but the Lich like disguises himself as Billy and all that to trick Finn and Jake, to take the gems and all that, and then basically he takes the gems and all that, and then like he opens the portal. Well, Finn breaks the book, opens the portal, and the Lich goes inside. But as they get dragged inside, it reveals that there's like another version of Finn, Finn basically like with like a nose and like a metal arm, which is pretty funny and all that. Like I know it foreshadows him, losing his arm down the road, but it's just kind of funny. Like I understand that I'm technically Prismo. Prismo is a character I actually like on the show. I like a lot of characters on the show. Like I think there's only like a couple I don't like Tree Trunks. I don't care for Tree Trunks that much, and then there's like I don't know. I don't know. I don't really know all the characters. Like I kind of forgot about some of them, but yeah, Tree Trunks. I don't really care for her too much. She was good at first, like making apple pies and stuff, and then I kind of felt like she was just kind of I don't know. I just kind of lost interest in her as the show went on. But I don't know. But because a lot of the episodes that she was in were kind of boring and stuff. But I don't know. They weren't bad, but they were just kind of boring. They weren't really interesting. Like, I mean, I could watch them and not get cringe or anything but they're not as good as like other episodes that's focused on storytelling. But I don't know. But I was gonna say though, they basically though, Prismo is revealed in they reveal his name in the first part of the episode, but then in the second half they actually reveal him when the Lich literally, wishes for, to get rid of all life. So, but what's funny about the episode, before I talk about the art style, I'm gonna talk about that again, basically, what's funny about the episode is that, like, it cuts in half, like, I'm not sure if they do this or not, I can't remember. I think they do. I think they cut it, like, it's like a season 4 episode, like at the very end. I think season 4 or 5. I can't remember which one. I think it might be season 4. I cannot remember. I don't remember what season it was. But there's like one season where they cut like where Finn meets Flame Princess when she slaps him on the face. And then, like, it cuts to, like, the next season, like, they leave it on a cliffhanger. They did the exact same thing, I think, with this episode, too. They leave it on a cliffhanger for the next season. Which is kind of scary if you think about it. I mean, after what happened to Teen Titans and all that, yeah, I don't know. I really don't know, because Teen Titans ended on the 13th episode, and, technically, each season had its own 13 episodes, and that show never got its conclusion to its story. So at least Adventure Time didn't end like that. But I want to bring up that I brought that because it is kind of interesting they do that. But what I want to bring up, which is very interesting, is before I talk about the which by the way I am gonna probably, if I can remember, I am gonna probably put a timestamp for people in the comments for people who want to get straight to the me talking about the revival. But this is for people who want to hear me talk about my thoughts on the different animations and stuff and all that too. But I'll probably put it in the description. I thought about putting it in the title, but I can't really fit that in there. So yeah. Anyway, I was gonna say though, the reason why I'm pointing this out compared to the other animation styles that are just random and they're the whole episode, there's literally a scene where Finn is it shows a different Finn in a different universe, but then it cuts to the next episode, and then and I'm like, wait a minute, so Prismo has Finn wish the witch never existed, and then it teleports him to another dimension, but then there's this other Finn that shows up at the beginning of the episode. I'm not sure that was foreshadowing something, or if there's another Finn in this universe, or if it was the same Finn and they messed up the episode and aired it out of order. I'm not really sure, because it's it feels like it continues. It's basically a continuation. It shows the first part of the clip of that Finn in that universe, and then it shows him again. So I'm really not sure, because I don't know if it ties into Prismo's wish, or it's actually a Finn from another universe. But they do that a lot in that show, and I don't really get it. I don't know if it's supposed to lead to anything for a universe or something, because they never point that out in the show. They never do. I thought they were going to point that out eventually, but I watched every episode of that show because I have it on DVD. I got the complete series. I got all the episodes, and by the way, they're apparently going to be releasing, I hear, another DVD set. I might get it. I don't know, because I don't know if it's worth it or not, but I think I might end up just getting it and might just trade this one off, because if they're gonna make another one, I might as well get it, because then I'll have the Distant Land episodes too and all that, because there's different Distant Lands mini episodes too that they had too for some of the characters, which is pretty cool. But I don't know. Yeah, they had I think 4 or 5 of them. They were pretty good. I didn't watch the last one. I never got to the last one, which is funny because I watched the other ones, but I didn't get to the last one with Peppermint Butler and all that and his magic school thing. But I don't know. I assume it takes place because at the end of the series, towards the end of the series, he got got baby goop on him, so maybe it's him growing up again. I don't know, or it could be him in the past too. I'm not sure, but yeah, I might just get that DVD set because I feel like it makes more sense, and I have all the episodes. I haven't decided yet. I have not. Because I kind of like the art style in this. I can still buy the Distant Land separate. I got so many DVDs in my house, and all that. I don't mind keeping some of them, but I don't need all of them, and all that. But I don't know. But I like I said, I don't really. They never explain the whole different animations and all that. So I was like, maybe they connect to different universes, because they do bring that up in the show. They do bring it up in a few episodes, like the Lich appears in different universes and all that, and they reveal where he gets his hand gets teleported to a bunch of dimensions and stuff. So I don't know if this will tie into this show or not too. I'm not sure, but I don't know. That's kind of that's the thing. But yeah, the Fionna and Cake stuff that was a whole nother thing. That was basically just a part of Ice King. They explained that because that is part of the Ice King story. But with the other stuff, I'm not really sure what that was all about. But the animations were good. I didn't really get it. I didn't really get what the point of it was. But I don't know. Maybe they'll explain it in this show. I'm not sure. I don't know. They might. I don't know. But speaking of this show, I think I've kind of gone on. I just wanted to talk about the history about Fionna and Cake. Originally, it was at. It was basically part of the Ice King when he was insane and all that before he became sane again with the crown gone and all that. But I also wanted to bring up the animation and all that too. But I want to actually talk about, the Fionna and Cake show now. So the Fionna and Cake show, but yeah, there's basically talk, I should have showed that picture off when I was talking about Fionna and Cake, but I didn't think about that. I had to redo this video, like, this is my third time doing it, so, yeah, I'm sorry if I'm kind of sounding all over the place. I just had to redo this, like, 3 times. And plus, with dealing with my bipolar and all that, yeah, I was dealing with some, I guess, I don't know, mood things or something, or I don't know what it was all about. Like, it was like my mind was, like, all over, like, I don't know, it was kind of weird, but yeah, I've been dealing with a lot about that for a while, too, so, yeah, I'm gonna go to the doctor next week and see if I can do something about it. I'm not sure, but I don't know, but anywho, yeah, I'm sorry, I'm kind of sounding all over the place, but anywho, let's go ahead and, yeah, but before I do that, I also want to state, yeah, I will definitely probably put that in the title, depending on how long I was explaining that, I'll probably put it in the description so people know how long I was doing that for, but I was explaining, you know, the backstory and all that, but yeah, like, you know, with the Fionna thing and all that, but anywho, let's talk about the show, because the show is actually coming out, because it's now past midnight, so the show is literally going to come out tomorrow. I was wanting to do this, you know, upload this video earlier, but because I had to redo this, like, twice, I didn't get to do that, but yeah, so basically Fionna and Cake is basically this show was announced a couple years ago that it was being made. However, due to some problems behind, you know, the Warner Brothers and Discovery merger, you know, that happened, the show kind of went silent for a while. People were worried it got canceled because, there was no talk about it for a long time. Because other projects got canceled too. But it looks like the show is coming back, and we're gonna probably see it tomorrow, which I'm probably gonna watch it. Probably not tomorrow, but I want to watch it and tell you guys my thoughts on the show, you know, and all that, because it looks like it could be interesting, you know. I like the Velma show, which, by the way, I finally finished watching all the episodes, and I'll make a whole video on talking about that. But let's just say that show is not very good. We'll just say that it was basically a freaking horrible reboot and all that. This one looks like it could be decent. I'm not sure, because the trailer actually looks decent. The Velma show, the trailer, it looked like crap, but this one actually looks decent, at least what I've seen. I haven't seen multiple trailers. I think I've seen like one. It looks really decent, but it was like a short trailer and all that. But yeah, it looked very decent. Basically, it was showing that Fionna is tired of having the same old life. Like, she wants an adventure and all that, and she has her pet cat, which is a Cake, who's the gender flopped version of Jake. But it basically it looked like she was basically not even real. She was like well, she wasn't real. So she was like well, I mean she wasn't like Jake, where she could talk and stuff. Because in the book that the Ice King made, aka Simon, it reveals that she can talk. So because they want to make her the gender flop version. But basically, though, it was revealed that in the trailer, it looks like she can't talk. So I'm assuming maybe it might be like the Finn story I was talking about, at the beginning of the video, which for people who stuck around for the whole video, basically I brought that up though, that like in the Prismo episode where they introduced him and all that, where the witch, tricks Finn and Jake by disguising himself as, what's his name? I forgot his name. Billy, yeah, Billy. It reveals that there's like another Finn in the universe, but basically that universe, everything's normal. So I'm assuming maybe this with this too. Maybe this one's normal. I don't know. I mean, the fact that Cake can't talk and all that, and Fionna is, like, talking about how she's bored of her life and all that, I can maybe probably see that. You gotta be careful what you wish for, though, because you may get more than what you're asking for, But, I mean, when it comes to cartoons, though, I probably wouldn't mind seeing, an exciting life and all that, but, like, where Fiona's like fighting and all that, but I'm really not sure much about the show. I do know it's a PG-13 show. It's gonna be aimed for an older audience. It's gonna have blood in it, but it's gonna have blood and it's gonna have cuss words in it, so it's gonna be aimed for more adults. I'm not sure why they're making it more for adults, but I mean, I guess that's what they're all doing these days. The Velma show did this, the Powerpuff Girls was doing this, which, by the way, it got canceled, which is good, because I hear that the scripts are awful for that. I'm glad it got canceled, but let's just say that we're gonna make an adult version of that, too, and they're talking about making a Pebbles version, too. So it's nice that at least they it seems like they're, I don't know, it seems like an idea to keep viewing over and over again, but at least this one, it seems like it can go in the right direction, which I'm hoping it does. And there's no gender flopping where they swap the gender and make the characters look nothing like themselves. They actually look like themselves, which I like. I like that because then you can tell the characters apart from each other. When you watch the Velma show, you can't even tell what some of the characters look like. Like Daphne looks way off. Well, technically she still looks like her skin color, but like Norval, which is supposed to be Shaggy, yeah, he looks nothing like himself. He looks like a completely different person. Like he should be in a different adult show. At least here they look different, but yeah, they look different, but because I had that. That's why I don't like watching live action remakes, because they're doing this all the time. Even the Lilo and Stitch movie, I think they're like making the characters light skinned and colored and all that, which beats the whole purpose of redoing a live action remake. You gotta change it up to make it fresh, but when you completely change the characters and all that, then it's just like, why do we even cast them like that, And that goes for the new Snow White movie too. They're doing the same thing. They're basically just casting random people instead of using computers to make them smaller, casting actual dwarf people to play the dwarves. So it's like they don't even feel like the characters, So at least here it feels like they feel like they're trying, here. So, but again, I don't know. The show hasn't come out yet, but this show looks more entertaining. It looks more entertaining. It looks like it could be a good show. But we don't know yet because it's not coming out till tomorrow. At least where I'm at. Maybe it's coming out. Maybe it's already out where people are already at. But I've heard people were able to see it in I think a convention or something like that in like July. But I didn't see it. But I don't know if anybody who's watching this has seen it. But I don't know. But it does look more interesting than the Velma show, and then like a lot of live action remakes they've been doing at least recently, which is good. It looks a lot more interesting. But I don't know, the fact that it's even gonna have cuss words in it is definitely pretty interesting. Now this makes me wonder though about Simon though, because Simon, if you guys look here, Simon's like all over this. So it seems like Simon's gonna have something to do with this. But he is gonna have something to do with this, and he looks like he looks shocked or like he's feared, looks like he's scared or something. So I'm not sure. Maybe when he lost Betty, maybe he's lonely or something and finds one of his old books or something. Because if you guys don't know, Simon is basically a scientist. He studies science. So, after all, he built a portal and brought Betty back in one episode. So, he could probably bring these characters to life. But I don't know if that's a possibility, though, because it seems like they're going a different direction in this show. So, I don't know. Maybe this might be a portal. I'm not sure. Because it looks like they're going to have Finn and Jake in here, too. So, I can probably see this probably being maybe a dimensional, series where it takes place in another dimension, maybe. I'm really not sure. Because, they're going to have Finn and Jake in here, too. So, maybe it's going to, have, that. I don't know. It's kind of interesting, though, to think about. Yeah, it's kind of interesting to think about. Sorry you guys aren't supposed to see that other part till later. That's for the comments for the end of the video, but I'll go to that at the end of the video. But yeah, basically though, anywho, I was gonna say, yeah, there's a lot of interesting stuff that's happening with this show. The fact that it seems like it's about like Fiona basically wanting to have an exciting life, and then revealing that Cake can't talk and all that makes me think they're probably gonna have some fantasy stuff with this. Like they're gonna go probably the route with Adventure Time storyline, we're all and all that. And then then we also have we have the fact that they're gonna cuss and all that, and they're gonna have more blood. They're gonna have like bloody stuff. So it seems like it's gonna be more aimed for adults. Again, I don't know why they're doing this, but it can work. It can. They could actually do this because Mickey Mouse. Let's face it, Mickey Mouse Clubhouse it was not really originally aimed for toddlers, but they managed to make an educational show aimed for toddlers. It's not really the best show. I mean, it does have problems, like the characters don't feel like, they have a lot of emotions, but it still feels like it does a very good job, teaching education and stuff. I thought they could do the same thing with this. They can actually, they can gain the older audience, who grew up with the original show and all that, and, or even people who are, getting to puberty, because the original show came out in 2010, so maybe people were like toddlers when it came out or something, but these people are probably, 13 or something now, Well, actually, they'd be older than that, because, I don't know, I mean, they'd be older than that, because, because it's 2023 now, but, so this is like 13 years later, but, my point is people, they can basically, they could probably, like, introduce a new, like, audiences who grew up with the original show to a new show with, new stuff, They're probably trying to make it stand out to compare it to Adventure Time, because, that's the problem with a lot of reboots. They don't stand out. They make it, they either, make them too similar to the original, or they completely destroy the original ones and basically, what made the original stuff very good, But there are times where they can make reboots and actually make them good. Like I said, the Mickey Mouse one, that's a reboot of a show, but, well, it's not really, I guess, it's more of an incarnation. I don't think it's a reboot, because a reboot's where, they remake something, but, or they can make it good. It's just, like I said, to make something good, they have to, they have to, they have to listen to the audience and see what the audience wants. But it seems like they might be going in a good direction, which I hope they are, because I want a good show. Because a lot of crap has not been very good lately. A lot of stuff has been bad. Like I said, the Velma show it was not good. I'm going to be doing a video on it probably tomorrow if I can get to it. It's not very good. Well, I guess it would be today, because technically it's midnight, it's past midnight, but yeah, let's just say it was not a very good show, and yeah, I'll go into detail about that later, but if this show can, be for adults and actually be good and not cringe or anything, I'll like it, But I don't know, I don't have really much to say about it. I just find it, I just think they could probably do a lot of stuff with it if it, it's focusing on Fiona wanting to have a fun life and not just a boring life like she has and all that, and if Finn and Jake are going to be in there, and they're going to have, Simon in there too, I can feel like they might do something interesting with it, I don't know. I mean, this Land episodes were all really good. Well, I mean, most of them. I think the BMO one was kind of boring. I don't remember the BMO one too much, but I think I remember it being kind of boring, like other people said. But I haven't seen all of them. I haven't seen the last one, but I do know they were pretty good. But I don't know, though. We'll just have to see, We'll have to see here. I think I'm probably going to end up letting this go, though, because I don't have a lot to say here. So I'll go ahead and move on to what I showed you guys already, the comment question. So my comment question for you guys is, what are you guys looking forward to for the Fionna and Cake show? I know technically it already came out. I know it came out, it probably came out already in some regions or something, but it's coming out tomorrow. But for people who have not seen it yet, or are gonna see it maybe when because some people probably might wait till all the episodes come out before they see the series, you know, because they release it a little at a time. I think they do an HBO Max. I'm not sure. Because I think Netflix, they release everything at once, like all the episodes at once. I don't know if they do the same thing with HBO Max or not, but I don't know. But for people who want to wait for the show, or people who haven't seen it yet, let me know down in the comments below, and I'll see you guys all next time. And sorry I have to do this outside. I just don't want to make a lot of noise and wake up my dad because he has to work tomorrow. But anywho, see you guys all next time, and I'll probably upload this video later because I'm kind of probably go eat something and all that because I need to eat. I'm hungry. Yeah, my appetite's been kind of up and down too, so yeah. But thank you guys anyway, and I'll see you guys next time. Anywho, bye-bye.